How's everybody doing today?
Yay!
I love a bunch of you yelled, but one person over here just went, fine. That's fine. I'm glad you're honest with me. Yeah, I'm just thankful the sun is down behind that building because I'm in 4 layers. All right, is everybody excited for a story?
Yeah!
Good. Shout out the name of your favorite story. The brief delay where everybody's like, do I read books? I don't know. All right, we're just going to do the one that was planned then because I didn't hear any good suggestions. This story, no, it's too late. The moment's over. This story is a beloved bedtime classic, and Disney already has the rights to it, so we won't be sued. This story is Cinder Pool. There we go, some people got it. That was an applause cue. Yeah, you're already disappointing me. It's not real. Right. $1 billion company can't get me a lamp. Once upon a time, you know, that just doesn't feel right when I do it with myself. We should all say those magical words together. Ready?
Once upon a time.
You are a disappointment. You went fast on purpose. You just wanted the attention, I know. Once upon a time, Cinderpool lived in a big mansion with his step professor and step mutants. The biggest of those step mutants, Colossus, was always making up silly rules around the house, like don't leave the window open while the air conditioner is on. And for the love of Feige, stop Donald ducking around the house. Put some pants on. What is wrong with you? Anyway, the other main step mutant, Negasonic Teenage Warhead, was always texting and rolling her eyes. She was so Gen Z. Both of these step mutants were very jealous of Cinderpool because Cinderpool had a much, much larger fan base than they did. Very jealous, that's great, thank you. One day, an expendable, non-union extra went running in front of the mansion screaming. King Thanos was going to have the biggest battle of Phase 3. That's right, and we all know that was the last good phase. Cinderpool desperately wanted to go to that battle, but Colossus said, no. It is too dangerous, and you are not a good part of the team. Then he ripped apart Cinderpool's favorite costume, and Negasonic blasted it with her powers. It was so cool, so Gen Z, so on fleek, no cap, sigma, skibbity, Ohio. There's a bunch of kids here that are like, he didn't do any of that right. Cinderpool was devastated, vulnerable, and exposed as he stumbled out onto the mansion grounds, weeping, desperately trying to earn that Oscar. But then he looked up and saw, beginning to form, a magical golden sparkle circle. And out of that sparkle circle stepped his very hairy god mutant, Wolverine. Due to casting issues, the part of Wolverine will be performed by a much more talented and better looking performer, me. Shut up, Bob. It's the best I got. Oh, fairy god mutant Wolverine, I desperately want to go to the big battle, but my mean step mutants destroyed my costume. Stop whining. Get yourself a new costume, one that fits nice and snug. Oh, Wolverine, stop. So Cinderpool ran to the wardrobe department, grabbed a new, freshly laundered costume, and headed to the big battle. He was late, because he had to stop for some chimichangas at the 7-Eleven along the way. But 7-Eleven doesn't sell chimichangas anymore, so he had to go to 3 other gas stations. Don't even get me started on Circle K. Anyway, when he got there, the Avengers were winning. Captain America looked so good in those pants. Cinderpool looked for his fairy god mutant Wolverine, but Disney hadn't bought the rights to him yet. So yeah, he wasn't there. He surveyed the battlefield, and as the aliens were running away, he noticed a single glove. He walked over and picked that glove up, waved at this really expensive camera. Hi, I hope you go viral. It was a beautiful glove. It was gold, encrusted with colorful jewels. There were 6 of them, that's not relevant. He said, I wonder who this fits, and put it on. After a bunch of buzzing, whirring, and clicking, it was a perfect fit. All the Avengers look over though, they start running over and yelling, Cinderpool, take that thing off, you could hurt yourself. Thor started crying. Yeah, and all together they say, Cinderpool, do not snap.
Cinderpool.
No, the Avengers said it, not you. But we all know what Cinderpool did. Cinderpool snapped. Yeah, both physically and mentally. Does it all the time. Just keep snapping too. People are disappearing, reappearing. There's dogs and cats falling out of the sky. It was really expensive for the VFX department. But eventually Cinderpool stopped. Everybody was back. And Cinderpool was the hero who'd saved the universe. Woo! Then, all the Avengers tackled Cinderpool to the ground, ripped the glove off of his hand, blah, blah, blah. Years later, when they remade the film, they AI Tony Stark's head onto My Beautiful Body, and it goes on to become the most profitable film in the Feige universe, the FCU. But it's okay, because Cinderpool went on to start his own film franchise, which breaks box office records. And then they had to invite Cinderpool back to the Avengers Endgame 2, Electric Boogaloo. Yeah. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the true story of how Cinderpool became the belle of the Avengers Ball. Thank you all so much. I'd say that, but I'm not allowed to. Thank you all so much for joining me. I'm going to go backstage and check my DMs. Deadpool messages, of course. Thank you for joining me. Until the next Story Time with Deadpool.